Welcome back to the channel, guys. We're going to look at some more AAA games on the Steam Deck. I don't know, is Dead Rising a AAA game? I guess it's from like a big company like Capcom, so I guess you could say that. I mean, it's an older game nonetheless, but yeah, anyway. So as you can see, guys, we're going to do the usual. We're going to check out our settings first and we'll jump straight into the game. Dead Rising 1 is my favourite Dead Rising of all time. I've got mad nostalgia for this game. One of my first Xbox 360 games. I used to play this back at with my friend. He introduced me to it, and yeah, since then I was like, killing zombies in a mall, that sounds absolutely amazing. And it is, although this game can get a little frustrating sometimes. The AI isn't the greatest in this one. It's pretty shocking, but it's still a fun game with some great boss fights and yeah, some really wacky Capcom Japanese moments, so definitely worth playing. And it runs like a dream on the Steam Deck, so as you can see, we whacked that up to 60. Running at 3 hours and 18 minutes at pretty much full battery. Yes, I charged my device for the first time. Shocked, I know. So as you can see, our graphics settings here, pretty much all high. Not really sure that's really necessary, but we've put it on 2 times anyway, just to make it a little bit sharper. But yeah, as far as that goes, it's pretty much all high, and it looks absolutely crispy. It looks awesome on this display. I know I've like in the past talked about how to make the colors better, and I guess if you play this on an OLED screen, the colors don't look amazing here. Like, I don't know if they're supposed to be more vibrant than this, but I don't know, it just has like kind of like a washed out look. But if we get like a reshade thing soon, Valve, you know, sort us out with that color and the ability to change color of our display, we'll be fine. They literally need to just bring out that update and I will not need anything else with on the Steam Deck. I think I'll be pretty satisfied. But yeah, as you can see, guys, it is running just perfect, really. I haven't had any issues with this game. It runs at 12 watt as well, so you're going to get that nice battery life too. We will jump down to 40 watt, and yes, I'm currently being eaten alive. I know, trying to play whilst looking through a camera is not the easiest thing. But yeah, we'll jump down to 40 watt and we'll check out. Oh my god, I can't remember this game being so annoying. Right, let's hide in the shop. So you're playing as Frank West and you're in a mall. You're a photojournalist and you're trying to uncover the dark plot behind this zombie outbreak. If that sounds interesting, give Dead Rising a go. There's 4 Dead Rising games out. I wouldn't recommend anywhere past 3. Basically number 4. It kind of sucks. They Americanized it too much. I prefer this Japanesey vibe of this first one. But yeah, this is Dead Rising 1, and let's just mess about with some of these settings here. So if we whack this down to 40, it's a third-person game, except when you're photographing. So playing at 40 isn't a huge deal. Still extremely playable. I know some of you guys are probably just used to playing at 40 now, so probably be perfect for you. You're going to get over 4.5 hours of battery life and rising, to be fair. And our little HUD covers is a bit distracting from the actual stats here, but that's pretty impressive. We're running at 9.6 watt at 40 FPS. You're gonna be looking at almost 5 hours of battery life. So I don't know, guys. Maybe if you're out and about, just drop it down to 40. You're gonna be looking at like 5 hours of battery life here, and that is pretty damn impressive. I know this game's not exactly new, but 5 hours of battery life in any game like this is nice to see, for sure. But then I guess when you're doing stuff like this, it really don't really make a difference, I guess. It feels extremely responsive anyway. So yeah, as you can see, there's a plethora of amazing weapons in this game to use. So this game is before the ability where you could customize weapons and stuff. You used to be able to, in like Dead Rising 2, put weapons together and you could make like a whole bunch of wacky creations and stuff. But yeah, this one's pretty basic when it comes to weapons, but you can mix and match like smoothies together and stuff, gives you different power-ups. And yeah, like I said, there's some wacky bosses, and you're free to do whatever the hell you want, really. You can follow the main story, or you can go rescue people. You can level up, because believe me, you'll need to level up when you first start playing this game for the first time. You're gonna be level 1. You're gonna like have 4 blocks of health up here, and yeah, it's gonna be a hard time. Just don't expect to I don't know, when I first started playing it, I focused on just leveling up my character, Frank. And then after I got to like level 13, 14, I kind of then jumped into the main story. So I wouldn't massively worry about doing the main story at the start, because like I say, you're going to be massively underpowered. Your level equates to a lot of things in this game, so it equates to how fast you run, your whole life, your item stock, how many items you can carry, like your attack damage. It does dictate a lot of different things, which is really cool because the levels carry over. So when you finish the game or like end, because you have a time limit, you're limited to like 3 days in this mall, you can restart the game and you keep your levels. So it's not the end of the world if you don't finish it first time. It just adds to the fun because there's a lot of stuff to do, and yeah, a lot of bosses to kill. And I just love Dead Rising. As you can see, I'm a massively knowledgeable about this game, but yeah, it's because I've just played it a lot of times and it's just a lot of fun to me. But yeah, that's Dead Rising. It's an awesome game on the Steam Deck. 100% recommend it. Check it out if you have the cash to spend on it. Just know that the AI is pretty shit, so you may get frustrated when you have to escort them back to the safe zone, and the save area is also pretty shit. You can only save in bathrooms around the mall, so there's like a small amount of bathrooms dotted around the mall. You can only save in them bathrooms. So yeah, that's probably the 2 major downsides to this game, but apart from that, awesome game. Love it. Let's move on before I get killed. So in the last video, I played Evil Within 1. It didn't massively play amazingly. It was a bit of a shame really, because I was expecting it to maybe run a bit better. I was hoping it was going to be as optimized as Resident Evil is, but it sadly wasn't. Evil Within 2 is kind of similar situation. It doesn't run amazingly, and you're going to have to lock it at 40. Even at 40, we're going to run it at medium, and yeah, it's going to use a lot of wattage. So with that in mind, by all means, it's playable. Just keep that in mind. You're not going to be able to run it at 60 and get a decent battery life from it. So if that sounds okay with you guys, let's hop into some gameplay. Had a weird issue with my camera, like not focusing. It's annoying me, but yeah, I just have to keep tapping my screen to refocus. As you can see, 60 FPS. Get that shitty aberration disabled. So as you can see, we've got pretty much medium settings here. Let me know, guys, if any of these look like I should be changing them to get a much better performance. You know, I don't obviously know everything about every setting in the game, so some settings may dramatically increase performance. Let me know. But yeah, from what I've tested in this game, which is not very much, it's like about 15 minutes of the game. To be fair, I was hoping it would have saved, but it hasn't. Because the thing with this intro is it's very heavily got fire effects and stuff in it, and there's a lot of fire, and I feel like that is going to massively impact like the performance. So with that in mind, I'm going to run through this first little bit here, and then we'll just pretty much skip into where the main story starts, because you're not going to have to deal with a lot of this fire effect and stuff. As you can see, it's not looking good to start with. We're on medium and it's can't even hit 40. But yeah, just give it a couple of minutes. We'll just run through this. Great game, by the way. I actually prefer the second one to the first one. Just feels more polished. And I don't know, it has some more scary moments, I guess. It's more open world as well. I always remember that part when you get summoned into that room with that really weird creature and you have to sneak around it and it's playing that lullaby song. That is pretty scary. That got me the first time. But it's weird, it like kind of pulls you out of where you are at the minute and like takes you into this world with this creature. Very creepy. But yeah, as you can see, there's a lot of effects going on here. You got like smoke and fire. It's the only reason I could think it would be dropping like to 37. So if we get past this, we might be able to just hit a locked 40. But yeah, as you can see, you're going to be running this at like, when I got into the open world, it was hitting around 20 watt. So to see 15 at the minute, it's pretty decent, you know. 15's not terrible, especially for like a big a big AAA title like Evil Within 2. At least I think it's AAA. I'm pretty sure it is, right? It seems to be a big game. To be fair, this Tango Gameworks, they brought out that new Ghostwire Tokyo, didn't they, recently? I won't mind trying that at some point. I'm just waiting for the price to go down on it. I'm sure that'll run decently on the deck as well. So if we just skip these cutscenes, then we get the opening gameplay done. Right, so I think, yeah, this is actual in-game footage, so hopefully we can keep it a lot 40. If not, we'll have to go into the settings and alter some stuff. Saying that, we could even try FSR on this. I'm pretty sure that'd work. I know Valve added a lot more resolutions to the in-game menus, so that could always be a possibility. You know, when you're hitting 40 and you don't want to drop the graphics anymore, because I do want my games to look good. I don't want them to look shitty. So I'd rather keep it at medium if possible. So if we can't keep it at medium and hit a 40, we might have to just do a try FSR.
What does this have to do with my daughter?
The graphics do look really good though. Skip. Right, now we're actually getting into some of the main game world. Apologies about the church bell. It is Sunday today, and I actually do live near a church. It kind of adds to the horror vibe, I guess, doesn't it? Right, I mean, this is going to obviously hit 40 because we're in a dark void here. There we go. If we start running towards this house, we might get somewhere.
Dad, help me! I'm coming, Lily.
There's some really cool level designs in this game, like some really cool ways of like interacting with the environments and stuff like that. Where like kind of like in games where they alter the environment as you're running through it, it's really cool with that kind of stuff. See what I mean? It's very cinematic. Seems to be running okay at the minute, but I know we can't really judge it on a dark void. I guess here we go. It's probably the best place to judge it. Let everything load in first.
Sebastian, are you there?
So yeah. I don't know. I know there's a lot of outside exploration in this game, so that might affect it, but it's still struggling a little bit to hit 40, but I don't know, it kind of hits 40, but then spikes down to 38. So, yeah, a little bit frustrating. I was hoping it might be able to hit the full 40 there. Like I said, we could see if we can let's drop it down to this resolution. And then run FSR. And we should be able to hit 40 at this resolution, surely. Maybe just like a weird in-game thing where it spikes down to 38, I'm not sure. But yeah, FSR looks really good in this anyway. I mean, I can't really tell the difference, to be honest. Let me just make sure FSR is actually enabled here. So yeah, FSR is on, as you can see. And yeah, if you want to do that, go for it, guys. If you want to play it at 30, go for it, guys. It's all up to you. But yeah, Evil Within 2, as you can see, it does work really well. And the graphics look really good as well. Welcome back, guys. As you can see, I've actually got Devil May Cry 5 now. So, in the other game I played DMC Devil May Cry. And I know you guys, especially you, Steel Lodge, you was asking me to play this. I know. it's a shock. I haven't actually played Devil May Cry 5. Apparently it's one of the best hack and slash games since Bayonetta 2, so with that in mind, I'm definitely down to getting to play this a bit more. If my backlog wasn't already so extremely full, and I actually can't play that many games anymore because I go to work Monday to Friday, and yeah, that's adult life for you, I guess, isn't it? So, as you can see, the settings are a bit optimistic, so let's drop these down. I'm pretty sure this linked to my PC and was using my PC settings here, so let's just drop them down to high. I know this game's pretty well optimized, so I can only hope that we can get some decent performance out of it. Let's try that for now. I'm pretty sure that just saved the settings, right? Yeah. So I'm not sure this game's ports 800p either properly, so we're not going to get the 16:10 aspect ratio. I think these black bars, and as you can hear, my fan is ramping up a bit here. It's crying. I'm hoping this game's well optimized. I'd like to get a decent amount of battery life out of it, but at the minute it looks like it's absolutely pounding my system. Hopefully that's just the initial loading part and not the actual game. But damn. And that is what I meant by well optimized. This is the first time I've played this on Steam Deck. We're getting a nice solid 60 FPS. Sadly it's 800p, so as you can see, black bars on top and bottom. But yeah, if we can run this at 60 or even 50 at high settings, that's awesome. The graphics look insane. Yeah, I'm super impressed with this, guys. As you can see, I'm not exactly that far through the game, but yeah, our TDP is... And also, don't blame me if I'm playing this game really badly. For some reason, I always end up blowing my breaker arm up by pressing the... I don't know, is it the B button to blow the arm up? Yeah, the B buttons to use the arm. Yeah, I always for some reason press the right trigger and that destroys the arm for some reason. I know that's my fault, but I'm just so used to button mashing a few buttons when playing hack and slashes. Oh, that was quite a good dodge, to be fair. Oh, it's LB, okay. And I think RB revs up the arm if you've got a certain one on as well. Yeah, I'm just a noob at Devil May Cry apparently. But yeah, I'm super impressed with the graphics in this. Wattage is all over the place at the minute, so you're going to probably be looking at a 2-hour battery life from this game, which isn't terrible, also not amazing, but you know, this is a proper AAA title, relatively new. Playing on the Steam Deck, it looks phenomenal, as you can see from the look of it here. I'm having real trouble with my camera today, I apologise. I'm gonna have to just play looking through the camera just to keep an eye on it, but yeah, it's adjusting the exposure and everything all the time. I don't know if I'm supposed to be running away from this thing or attacking it or what. No, I guess I'll just run away from it, but yeah. Super impressed with the graphics on this game and how well optimized it is. It's got a solid 60 at high settings. It's so cool to see. That's what I was kind of hoping from games like Evil Within, you know. It's just a shame that not all PC games are optimized as well as others. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this guy I'm playing as now is the dude from DMC Devil May Cry. I'm pretty sure. I mean, he looks just like him. I'm pretty sure they have all the characters in this. They have the actual Dante as well from Devil May Cry 4. And Virgil was a new character introduced recently. They all have their own playstyles and stuff, which is awesome. The combat is super satisfying, I must admit. I don't know if there's not an actual dodge button. I need to figure that out, but I'm just jumping over people's attacks at the minute. I do love the different arm abilities that Is this guy called Nero? I don't know if I'm just pulling names out here, but yeah, I'm sure I've heard Nero before. Yeah, this dude's got some awesome abilities. But yeah, guys, as you can see, we're holding a solid 60 here. I'm super impressed. It's dropped down to 14 watt as well, so you're looking at over 2 hours and 40 minutes battery life. So yeah, if you was interested in playing DMC5, wanted to know how it runs, as you can see, it runs superbly. Let's just kill this crocodile dude. And I said lizard dude, it's more of a lizard than a crocodile. And yeah, we'll jump into a little hidden gem I've got for the end of the video. More of an indie game than a hidden gem, but still. And there we go, guys. As you can see, Devil May Cry 5 works perfectly on the Steam Deck. At a really good wattage too, so you're going to get some decent battery life from this. Let's move on. As you can see, guys, one of my favourite indie games. We're going to look at Firewatch. Love this game. I kind of expected it to run a little better, not going to lie, but for some reason it's quite graphically intensive. I know that there's a lot of foliage and stuff within the game, so that could be it. We're also going to look at FSR as well in this game, so as you can see, there's a ton of options here that we can choose from. Let's go for a 580 resolution. 580. I'm so happy Valve included a lot more resolutions in the game as far as FSR goes, because now we can start to run games at higher settings like this that aren't necessarily the easiest games ever to run. So let me just stick the profile on Firewatch and let's just put FSR on, 3x scaling, and let's just see how that handles it at high. I'm not sure if I have a save, no, so we're gonna have to, I may have to come back quickly because I know there's a little text section at the start that might take a little bit of time. I don't think you can really skip through it. If you guys haven't played Firewatch and don't really know what it's about, I don't want to spoil too much about it, but it's basically an indie game based around you being like a Firewatch guy, and there's some weird stuff going on in this forest. I won't say anything else than that, but it looks beautiful. It has its own like kind of art style, and the story is very moving as well. It's got a very emotional story to it. So yeah, if you're a fan of, I don't want to like say walking sims because it makes it sound real boring, but if you're a fan of like walking sims, but it's not a walking sim, it's a lot more entertaining than that. Yeah, it's gonna definitely grab your attention. It also has like different mechanics like rappelling down, and yeah, you've got like a walkie-talkie feature and you're communicating with this other girl and she's like your boss, and like yeah, it's just a really great game. I don't want to say too much about it without spoiling it, but yeah, 100% recommend playing it. It's one of my favourite indie games. It shouldn't take you too long to finish either, so you're not just constantly walking around a forest forever. But yeah, as you can see, at this resolution, you're going to get a lock 60, so that's always nice to see. Graphics don't look terrible, a little jaggedy, but the FSR sharpening does seem to do a really good job here. I'm just making the most out of this segment because I know there's like, it cuts between telling you a story and then putting you into the game, so it kind of goes on for a while. So I might cut these segments out and just get into the gameplay. And we're back along with my amazing church bell. Yes, I don't live in Silent Hill, before you ask. I'm just admiring the graphics here because I know we're running it at a pretty low resolution, but we're getting a solid 60 because this game does not run at 60 if you try and run it at native resolution. 5x sharpness, it doesn't look too sharp, but I prefer 3 just because it's more of a natural sharpness. I'm going to even try and jump up to maybe a bit higher of a resolution. Turn VSync off anyway. But yeah, as you can see, we're at 580 now, so if we jump to the next 16:10 resolution, let's try 720. That's what we tried in Evil Within 2. That does look better, but as you can see, as you can see, once we start getting into the foliage areas, it starts dropping to like 55. So maybe to compromise, we could drop this down to 50. I mean, I love playing at 50 FPS. It feels ultra smooth. It's like a nice medium between 40 and 60. I don't know, guys. I think we might have cracked the settings. And as you can see, this is what I mean by it has its own art style. It's just gorgeous looking. I mean, the foliage looks good. It's going to take a lot of wattage though, apparently. As you can see, the wattage is going up. It's a pretty demanding indie game. Even when you're running it at the lower resolution at 50 FPS, you're going to get a lock 50, but you're not going to get amazing battery life, which is a shame from an indie game. I was hoping we'd get like an insane battery life from it, but it does look amazing, and yeah, I 100% recommend it. It's not always like this, by the way. Once you get past this like intro scene, you start getting more into the storyline. It's all like first person. I'm just trying to skip over this so you can experience it for yourself more. Yeah, to be fair, this is quite good because it gives you an idea of what all the different environments look like in the game. So I suppose this is probably the best way to show it off working properly. But yeah, as you can see, we're at a locked 50 here. Just for the sake of the video, let me just jump it up to the natural resolution, the normal resolution of 800p, and then you can see the kind of like how intensive it actually is. This is running all at high. The well detail can go even higher. Forgot to turn motion blur off, my bad. But yeah, it does look a lot better, I must admit. To be fair, it's holding 50 FPS at the minute, so yeah, it just dropped a little bit there. We could even drop it down to 40. You could run at 800p at 40. That might be quite a good idea. It does feel a little bit choppier, but graphics do look really nice. But yeah, guys, that's Firewatch. I don't want to give too much of the game away, but as you can see, a couple of little tweaks everywhere. You can get it sorted out pretty easily. But yeah, definitely an enjoyable play. Probably take you around 4 or 5 hours. You might be able to get it cheap if you look on CD keys, but if you want an indie game to play, definitely have a look at Firewatch. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one.